The Richat Structure, also known as the Eye of the Sahara, is a massive set of concentric rings located in Mauritania, so large and symmetrical that it wasn't fully understood until satellite images came back from space. For decades, the accepted explanation has been purely geological, a dome of rock that pushed up from deep within the Earth roughly 100 million years ago, later eroded by wind and water into rings similar to the grove rings of a tree. What keeps drawing people back to the site is how closely certain details line up with Plato's account of Atlantis. Written over 2,000 years ago, Plato described an island kingdom protected by multiple concentric rings of land and water, with canals connecting them and a temple at the center. He placed it beyond the Pillars of Hercules, generally interpreted as the Strait of Gibraltar, and a fairly direct line south from their lands roughly in the region of modern Mauritania. The Sahara wasn't always a desert. Rock art found across the region shows animals like hippos, crocodiles, and giraffes that would only have survived in a wetland environment, and ancient river systems have been traced directly through the area where the Richat Structure sits. That means the formation could genuinely have been surrounded by water at some point in the deep past, similar to Plato's description of Atlantis being encircled by rings of sea. Critics point out, reasonably, that the rings at Richat are rock, not alternating bands of land and water as Plato described, and that most historians consider Atlantis to be a philosophical allegory rather than a real place. That's a fair objection, but it's also worth noting that no full-scale archaeological excavation of the Richat Structure has ever been conducted, specifically looking for signs of ancient settlement. Nearly everything we know comes from geological surveys, not archaeological ones. Geologists study rock, not pottery or foundations buried beneath the surface. So the honest answer is nobody knows for certain. It could be exactly what conventional geology says it is, or there could be something beneath those layers of stone and sand that hasn't been looked for yet. I put together a longer breakdown of the theory, the geology, and the counter-arguments here if anyone's interested.